Hey everyone, this is part two of How to Survive in DayZ. This is basically teaching fishing and crafting basics. How do you spawn and get set up? This is part two. If you missed part one, check that out. That's where we go get all the stuff. We build the fishing rod. We build a fire cowboy style. And in this video, I'm just continuing that, and we're going to a house and we're going to cook up a bunch of stuff, and then I'll throw out some more crafting tips, some medium and pro level stuff. But yeah, make sure you look for that link in the description for the part one if you missed it. Otherwise, enjoy the video. I guess those are a lot more common than I thought. I should have kept that metal hook though. Okay, so this will do. Look at this. This is great. Let's check it out first. So I want to see if I can find like a piece of clothing. And it's not a bad idea to wait either and make sure nobody else is around. But there's a zombie. There's two zombies. Let's go attack one. Yeah, I don't think they can aggro. I'm just gonna kill him. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. I'll be honest, I'm not the best at fighting zombies. I've gotten a lot better though, because I'm actually blocking. By the way, the hand wrappings are ruined, so you can cut your hands if you're working with sticks or whatever. But you won't get sick, so you can keep rocking those for a little bit. You probably want to make new ones, so I'll make some new ones. Wow, such a delayed reaction on that zombie. So that'll give us like 3 extra fish. It's good enough. Good enough for the moment. I hate these ones. No joke. I mean, oh yeah, capri pants. Look at this. Oh yeah, we're gonna cook in here. So actually, I'm gonna drop this. I'll take this. I'm gonna drop that, so I don't have to worry about a bow drill. So we've got the fire starter. I'm not taking it with me. Um, because I want to max out my inventory. So we're gonna max out the inventory. I'm gonna drop a couple other things here. So I'm gonna drop like, let's see here, drop this stuff. I don't think I need that. Actually, no, we're keeping the ammo. We don't want somebody with a gun showing up taking that. But I'll move it down here, and then I'm gonna get rid of one of these axes. I'm gonna use it up. Um, so let's just move this up here so it's organized. Oh yeah, we can eat those, and then we can use that hook. Okay, so that's about as streamlined and as efficient as it's gonna get. I don't know if I can backstab this guy with an axe, but let's try. Let's try it. The hatchet. No. Oh yeah, look at that. We got a knife. Oh, this, you know, here's the thing about the knife. It's another cutting device, which is excellent, and it's going to be a lot more efficient than the axe. Oh, yeah. Give me that soda. All right, so we're gonna go back, drop that stuff off. Again, I'm just maxing out my inventory here. So let's leave this here. This is coming with us for worms. Or actually, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna take that for now. Let's see here. Gonna drop this for now. Let's drink this soda. So basically, I'm gonna drink this. I'm gonna eat this 2 fish. This is gonna clear out some inventory. And then we're gonna go get more fish. And I'm not sure what to do about that scythe. I don't know if I want to carry that. So actually, I'm gonna leave that here just in case. And I'm just thinking out loud. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna need it. Let me check the condition on that knife, though. If the knife is bad, then I'll probably want it long term. So I'm thinking about whether I want that long term or not. I'm going to leave that up here. I'm going to take those 2 axes down to the beach. And basically, they're just going to get left down there. Because they take up so much inventory space, that I got to fill that with fish instead. So let's put that there. Okay, so we have... So that's damaged. I mean, we'll just leave this here. Okay, so we're good to go for a little bit. I like to close the doors, that way people passing by just don't, yeah, just looks like maybe nobody was there. Alright, we're going for it. And, oh, these zombies are paying out. Yeah, if you didn't know about it, the slicing a zombie will kill them a lot faster than blows. All right, so we need to get worms. All right. That's probably enough, to be honest. So let's see here. How's this looking? Badly damaged. Let's just keep going with me. Use it to cut some fish. No reason not to look for efficiency. So this would be a good time of here if you want to make a torch. You basically just combine a long stick and let's get our pole out. So basically you just combine a long stick and you can stand here and fish with a torch. That will keep your heat up. I'm doing pretty good in that heat department. I've got a +1 heat buff. And that's because I have clothes that insulate well. And I've got the mask on, and I got the, the shemagh, the hat, whatever. So that makes a huge difference. If you don't have that, if your clothes are in bad condition, you're going to be shivering. And if you are shivering, you should make a torch. You should use some of those rags that you've gathered along the way. And the cool thing about the rags, you didn't go out of the way. You just cut them up as you came across them. And so you're taking everything that the game gives you. Yeah, it's kind of like if you're a hunter and you basically say, I'll use every part of the animal. The game is giving you all this stuff. You're going to use every part of it, and that's how you end up thriving, right? So let's see here. Let's get our collection going. Combine this. Put that there. And drop that. Let's bait this hook. Let's keep her going. Oh, hook's dead. Yeah, I'm going to have to go. I just don't want to break the flow. I'm going to have to make another hook, though. Actually, I've got a long stick I can... No, we'll see. Anyway, the wooden hooks don't last that long. That's why the metal ones are best. But again, I wanted to show you like how do you just like basically take a knife and a rope, make a fishing pole, get the fish, cook it with a fire, you know, and this can all be done by just getting rags and a knife essentially, or you get your knife and then you get from there it's like the rags to make the rope, to make the pole, and then a short stick to make the hook, and then you dig up the worms. So it it's just all about getting that first, you know, sharp object, the first knife. But again, all this crafting really helps. Just all the knowledge, and there's still a couple tricks left. I think we're gonna take all this fish back and cook it. But basically, you know, just knowing how to knowing how to craft, you know, how to really work the system here can give you advantages. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. See, I'm stacking this thing now with fish. All right, and I'm gonna drop the hatchet. So where's my worms? Okay, we got that. Let's drink this. Again, and this is great. You can see that my calories, my hydration is going up. We really lucked out early on with the hydration, with the landing, spawning right where the well was. That was awesome, because I think last time I played, I didn't find a well for quite a while, and a lot of my hydration came from the food. But basically, you know, just kind of sometimes you get a good spawn. Sometimes it goes smoothly. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you're down here fishing and you get sniped. Honestly, so you know you've put all this hard work into it, and you know, and I'll just say this: this is one way to start, right? You know, this is how I like to start. But again, it goes back to like staying healthy, making sure you got food, and you know, it kind of sucks though if you you do this and then you go inland and then you die in the next town, right? And you're like, oh, I gotta start over again. And so maybe sometimes you don't stock up on fish like I'm doing. If you wanted to like run to Tizzy or run all the way across the map and not have to worry about food, this is a great way to do it. Again, you can eat as you go. Look at that. You can just put the fish right on the hatchet. So I think it depends on what kind of game you're looking to play, but yeah, there's all kinds of different ways of playing. All right, and let's keep going. So what was it? Badly damaged. So we got like one more here. I think I'll probably call it after this, and we'll go cook this fish. But I could, you know, if I were really stocking up, I think I've got a few more spaces there. I'd go make a hook, and I would go crazy. So, you know, again, the idea is like cook more fish than you can carry, so you can eat it while you're cooking it, and then you get your stomach full. You hit the road, and you know, run across the map. You know, run across the map like a madman. Get geared up. But again, you don't have to worry about food. This is kind of like front loading a survival game. Front loading the survival aspect of a survival game. You're taking care of your food ahead of time, and so you're not constantly hungry. So that lets you go play the game for a little bit, for an hour or two or three, before you have to worry about it. All right, so we've got we've got plenty of space. Can I get one more fish? No, this is ruined. Okay, so just pretend that I loaded up everything. Can I take one? No, that's ruined. Oh, let's take this. So what do I need? Oh, we have a flare, so I don't need to do a bow drill. But you guys got to see how that's done. There's one zombie on the right there. So always checking for new spawns. Yeah, it's a zombie. I always get worried it's a player, kind of like trying to fake people out. And I'll show you what I'm going to do for wood here. Oopsie. Alright, I'm gonna let them come in. Because I don't want them, like... I don't want them hanging out there. Ah, stairs. I hate stairs. I just don't want them hanging out there bringing attention. Alright. Thank God I can still grab the fish. Alright, so I didn't get any wood. Right? You need wood for a fire. Let's see here. Let's take this rag. Split that rag. Okay. We're going to attach it to activate. By the way, you can't see the fireplace until you attach something to it. So I'm going to place that rag. And that basically gets the... You see here we've got the fireplace now. So I'm going to break down this. I have this sharpened stick in my slot. In my inventory, shoulder slot. You only really need like 6 sticks. So I'm going to put that there. I no longer need the fishing rod. And so let's hotkey this knife. So what you do is, the first thing you have to do is you have to take the hook off the rod. And once you take the hook off the rod, you can break it down. So you get the rope back. And what I'm going to do is make a rope belt. The rope belt basically just puts the rope on your belt slot, and it does let you carry a knife in it. So you save inventory space. Again, you're gaining efficiency. See, look at that, boom, knife on the rope. So I've got more room for fish. I'm actually dropping those worms for now. The worms are kind of hard to, it's not that they're hard to get, but your tools go through wear and tear. So I'll probably carry some with me. But for now, I'm just going to load up the stove here. So let's go. I like to preload it before, again, efficiency. Yeah, as soon as that thing powers up or comes on, we're cooking fish. The reason I do it that way is I might have a little more fish to cook than what you see. And I'm going to cycle these too, but basically... I want to actually cook. The smoke is a real thing, as well as these flares. That's pretty bright. Saves me some time though. And actually, what I'm going to do is throw that, close the door. So it's going to make a noise. Just drop it. Hopefully that doesn't cast, well, it's casting light anyway, the fire. So, alright, so we're all warm here. Let's see what we're going to take. We're going to definitely take this duct tape, and we're going to take these supplies. I've got a knife in the belt, so I can take this. That's smaller than, oh, I almost forgot. I gotta break this down. So that was the other thing. I was like, oh look, I've got a fishing rod. I can use it for fuel. So now I've cleared off all my fishing gear. Now the cool thing is I got knives and I still got the rope. So I got the rope right here. I can make a fishing pole with that. So you make the fishing pole. You get another stick. Combine the rope. Use the knife to make a fishing hook. You can dig up worms. I'm going to go ahead and grab some of these anyway. So these are done, and then what I do is I just rotate these down. Remember I was saying about hydration? So you can dry them up here, and I'll actually just let these two get dry so you see what they look like. But basically, you can keep rotating these, and you can always have baked, whatever, baked meat, right? Let's see here, can I... Actually, I don't need that rag. I'm not going to bother trying to get that rag. Alright, so there's the sound of cooking being done. Yeah, I'm just going to leave those two there. So normally I just bake everything, so you can time it out just so it's always being baked. And again, it just gives you a little more hydration. I don't know how much, but it does. I've noticed that if you eat the dried fish, or dried meat, you seem to get thirstier faster. So that you actually kind of get a hit on your, you take a little bit of a hit on your hydration. So again, going back to what the initial plan was to get more than we could carry, and that's where we're at. So I gotta put these on the ground here. Oh, so that's dried, and this is dried. Okay, there you go. So yeah, that's what they look like dried. And that's baked. Again, going super newbie on this. Okay, so let's do this. Put that fish in there. The hatchet. No, I can't take it. That's fine. All right, let's get out of here. We're just bailing. We're not hanging around. That smoke can bring in people. Whoops. Oh, jeez. Ran too fast. Why so angry, bud? Come on in. See ya. Okay. So let's see what that smoke looks like. So we got a zombie over there. So it's not bad, but to a trained eye, you'd see it. Not much going on here though. This place is pretty quiet. Yeah, so you can see that right there. If you're kind of just scanning, boom, smoke. And if it's nighttime, you're gonna be able to see that fireplace. It's gonna just light up everything around there. All right, so what do we get? Ton of fish. I think that last little trick was breaking down the pole. Yeah, here we go. So look at this. Here we go. Boom, boom. Wait, what am I doing? Yeah, boom. All right, let's eat this stuff real quick. So we're gonna eat 3 pieces of fish. That's gonna put us over the top for stats, I think. Plus, we got a bunch of water. Our hydration was good beforehand. So at this point, you know, this is where I would start heading it off the coast. For me, it takes a little bit to get set up. You know, but this is basically like you use every, you know, the only thing I'm going to say in closing here is use every piece of crafting that you can to get an advantage. Knowing how to, and actually, I'll show you one crafting, one way, one little crafting trick that I mentioned earlier. But yeah, you want to use every single piece of crafting technique that you can. Everything from making a head covering and face covering to conserve calories, you know, all that stuff, right? The rags for torches. Actually, I'll show you a couple things here. I mentioned torches. So we're going to get another long stick. And let's take this long stick and combine 6 rags on that, craft a torch. I'm actually going to run back into the house over there to light it up. But normally I probably would have tried to do that beforehand. Again, I'm not having a lot of thermal issues where I'm not getting cold or anything like that. And let's see here. We're going to use this sickle. I'm using the sickle first because, or the scythe, because I want to wear it down because it takes up so much inventory space. That steak knife is way better because, you know, it'll just yeah, it'll takes up like 2 slots. All right, see if I can get over here without making any zombies mad. Oh man, yeah, even the upstairs is glowing here. Yeah, anybody coming by would see that. Oh yeah, and the doors. Oh, that's why the upstairs was glowing. So that backfired. I was trying to like hide it. All right. By the way, you're gonna be able to see a torch a mile away, or not a mile away, but you know, pretty far away. You can see torches. So probably don't want to be running around at night with these. That's the zombie we trapped. Okay. Yeah, you can see this is what I was talking about, right? Even in the twilight here, you can see it. But yeah, no, this is gonna give you a heat buff. I definitely have a plus icon there for the heat buff. It doesn't need to go up, which is why you don't see it going up. And I only have so much insulation. But yeah, this is a torch, and you can even make a short one, so you can bust down a short stick and do exactly what I did here, where you combine the rags. And this will get you going, especially on like Sakal. You can stick it in the ground. You can actually, I don't know if this hides it from everybody, but if you stand over it just right, it hides the light. So if you take rags, you can actually refuel it. So it's got 6 out of 6 right now. So I can't do that, but you can refuel it. As far as rags, I mentioned earlier, so you can take rags. These are not disinfected. So if you bandage yourself with those, you're going to die. If you find this alcohol tincture or disinfectant or iodine, you combine it and you disinfect it. And then you essentially make rag bandages. So if you get a zombie cut your hands, whatever, you're gonna it now says disinfected, so you can use those for wounds or whatever. All right, so I am so happy that I was able to share this with you. Again, I saw so many posts on Reddit and people just asking like, what am I doing wrong? And I think the question is more like, how do I get started? How do I craft things? How do I get food? How do I stay healthy? So if you've enjoyed this video, definitely like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. If there's anything that you want to learn in the future, please add that as a comment and I will make a video about it, or we'll see what we'll see. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. There is a part 1 to this. So if you are only saw this video, check the description. There's going to be a link for part 1, and you get to see how we procure the fishing rod and get all those and work through all of those early game problems such as hunger. So it's we got down to red hunger there, and we came all the way back, and this is our character now. We still even have the default shorts, so there's still a lot of upgrading that can happen here. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see. And again, I'm very happy I was able to make this video for you, and I hope you found it helpful.